Hi, this video showing you about the features of Goalseek in Microsoft Excel. Firstly, let me introduce the feature of Goalseek in Microsoft Excel for you first, before I talk about it in detail. Goalseek is one of the features in the what-if analysis of Microsoft Excel. You can see that we can go to data, what-if analysis, and then the Goalseek is here. What is Goalseek? Goalseek is a feature in Microsoft Excel that you can also do in order to find out the data when there are some value that is constant, while another value can be varied. Okay. For example, if we have the data like this, in one calculation, suppose we say that we have two operands doing something together. For example, this is multiplication. In order to get number 8 in C2, it is B2 times A2. Okay. So that means, in this case, suppose you would like to get the C2. It means that you have to know both operand 1 and operand 2. Okay. In this case, assume that if you say that, okay, you want to have the multiplication result that is, let's say, 10, okay, while operand 1 is 2. Okay. You can see that in here it's easy because it's the multiplication. Then for operand 2, it must be 5 for sure. Okay. So in here, the things that if you do it manually, it will be like this. It will be 3 times B3, and then if you have 2, okay, and then you say that operand 2 you have 5, then you get 10, right? So that means, okay, in this case, you know the calculation, you know the formula, okay? You know one operand, but you don't know the other operand, okay? If the situation is more difficult than this, for example, if we say that, okay, we want 52, what will happen? In here, if you know the formula, you may say that, oh, it's easy. 52 comes from 26 times 2. You put 26. Yeah, you get 52. But if you say that it's 57.125, how can you get this one? Okay, how can you get 57.125? In here, it's not easy anymore. Okay, so for Goalseek, this is to help you in order to find that, okay, while operand 1 is still value 2, and the result you want is 57.125, then what should be the value of operand 2 in here? Okay, let's see how can we do that. Okay, we just leave the calculation, okay, and the result like and the multiplication value or the formula like this first. After that, we go to what-if analysis and Goalseek. Okay. For Goalseek function or Goalseek feature, I call it as feature because once you finish Goalseek, using of the Goalseek, it doesn't leave any trace for you later. So other people will not know whether you use Goalseek or not. Okay. So in here, Goalseek needs 3 possible things or 3 values that you have to put: set cell, to value, and by changing cell. Set cell means that the output value, okay, that you want, okay. In this case, if you want the multiplication result, okay, that is located in cell C2, okay, you put set cell C2, okay, to value what? To value here, I want value 57.125, okay, by changing cell. Changing cell in this case, I said that, okay, I want to fix value 2, okay, as operand 1, I don't want to change. But I want to change operand 2 to be any value. It depends on the calculation to get 57.125. Then I say by changing cell B2. Okay. So when I click OK, the Goalseek will try to just like find the information until it just like tell us that okay, um, targeted value is 57.125, current value 57.125. Okay, so why Goalseek has to show you these two lines or these two values. You may say that they are the same. Why do they have to just like tell me this? Because in some of the example or in some of the calculation, Goalseek may not be able to find it exactly match with the value for 100%. It might be just like 99.5 precision. Okay, so that's why I just have to tell you first, is it acceptable? If you don't accept it, just click cancel, and then it just like go back to the previous state. That's before you did the Goalseek. But if you say that, okay, I can accept it, you say that, okay, I do it again. I set cell C2 to be 57.125 by changing cell open in B2, and then I click OK. Then I accept it, I click OK. You can see that this one, it's permanently update the value to be 28.5625. And you can see that in here. Once you click on these cells, it doesn't tell you at all that you had used the Goalseek feature before. So this is the Goalseek. Why do we need to use Goalseek? And what is the real using of the Goalseek? The first example, let me just give you first. Okay. So the example that is related to Goalseek is like this. Suppose we say that we have a table to calculate of the profit of the company. Suppose our company produce T-shirts. Okay. And we say that okay. Suppose we produce let's say we produce T-shirt for 100 T-shirts. We normally the profit that we get for each T-shirt is like 2.5 $2.5, let's say. And we say that okay, the total profit is from number of T-shirts that we produce by profit per item. In this case, suppose we say that we in this month we want to gain 1 million baht for the profit. How many T-shirts do we have to produce? In order to calculate this one, okay, we can also use basic calculation that we do, or in this case, I will just like use the Goalseek to show how do we gonna fix this, or how can we solve this problem. We say that okay, if we want 1 million baht profit, how many T-shirts do we have to produce? In this one, we know the formula to calculate, that is 250. This one is come from multiplying the profit per item by number of shirts that we produce. So in this one, suppose we say that we just go to what if analysis and Goalseek. We want to set the profit in B6 to be 1 million. By changing sale. Normally we can't change the profit per item in this case. Normally it's just like we just increase number of T-shirts. We change number of T-shirts in this case, and then we just run it. When we click OK, you can see that in here, target value show us 1 million, current value 1 million. That means it's exactly 100%. Okay. So when we click OK, it accepts. That means you accept this calculation. So that means in this one, suppose you say that, okay, um, in order to get the profit for, let's say, 1 million baht, you have to produce 400,000 t-shirts, because in each t-shirt you receive 2.5 baht, okay, for the profit. This is the way that we use Goalseek easily. Okay. So after that, okay, let's see a more complicated example. In this case, assume that we would like to find the advertising cost. In this example, we say that the advertising cost amount, we want to know it. It is equivalent to 15% of profit. Assume that cost of goods sold equals to 20% of sales amount, and advertising cost equals to 15% of gross profit. So in this question, they ask you to find out the advertising cost by using Goalseek. So in this one, suppose we have the information like this. Okay. Suppose we say that we have sales amount for $5,000. And assume that cost of goods sold is 20% of sales amount. We say that, okay, suppose it is 20%, cost of goods sold is 20% of sales amount. So this one, we just calculate it easily. We just multiply this sales amount by 20%. That is 1,000. And we say that, okay, the advertising cost is 15%, but it's not 15% of the sales amount. It is 15% of gross profit. So what should we do in here? In order to find, you have to find gross profit first. Okay, you have to find gross profit first. In order to find gross profit, okay, the way that we have to do is that you have to subtract sales amount by cost of goods sold by advertising cost, right? So this one, it makes you have the gross profit, isn't it? So when you just like subtract these three things together, you get the gross profit in here. So the problem is that in here, they say that, okay, the advertising cost amount must be equivalent to 15% of the gross profit. So the things that if you do like this, you just multiply the gross profit by 15%. This one, I show you what happened. Or you press enter, it causes a problem right now. The things that you see right now is that you can see that in here. It shows you that there are more circular reference. This is a key term that you have to be careful. This one, you have to be careful because when it becomes circular reference, it's always a problem. It doesn't show the correct answer for sure. So let's see. It said that, okay, it may cause item to calculate incorrectly. So they say that try to remove or change these references or moving the formulas to different cells instead. Then I just like show you what happened after this first if I click OK. You can see that in here, it shows the blue arrows, two directional blue arrow with the circle, the blue circle. Here is called circular reference. So circular reference means that you are trying to refer to the cell that you use it as a part of the calculation before. So that's why it cannot show you the correct one. So that means you can't calculate like this. Advertising cost cannot be calculated like this. So by calculating by just like multiplying the gross profit by 15% like this is not correct anymore. What should we do in order to solve this problem? I will delete this calculation out first so that it will remove the circular reference. So I delete this cell out. I don't want circular reference. Okay. So right now, no circular reference already. But how do we gonna solve this problem? Instead of having this, I just do like this instead. I said that in order to know that whether the advertising cost is 15 or not, is 15% or not, the thing that I have to do is that I will have to divide the advertising cost by profit instead. Okay. Let's just do like this. If it is advertising cost, divided by profit, and check whether it's equal to 15% or not. If it's equal to 15%, that means that advertising cost is okay. So, and in order to avoid the circular reference, I have to do this way. So in this case, suppose I say that I just like do the way that I change from 15% here. I divide advertising cost by gross profit. If everything is correct, it must be 15%. Now, because advertising cost is nothing, that's why it shows 0. Now, let me just like put some values in. Suppose I just like guess some value. I put 500. Okay. If advertising cost is 500, advertising cost should be 14%. And then I add some more advertising costs and see whether it's just like equivalent to 15% or not. I put 510. Yeah, something like that. So, and then I have to just check as well that, okay, for this one, okay, this one is still not, actually it's just rounding. If I say that, okay, what about 520? Yeah, 521, 522, okay, 522, okay, 521.5, 521.7, 521.9, 521.8, something like that. This is the way that we do it manually in order to get the 15%. But you can see that instead of trying like this many times, it wastes a lot of time. Then why don't we have any tools in Microsoft Excel to help us? So the tools that can solve this problem is the Goalseek. In order to have the Goalseek in here, it's easy. After you set up the formula already, you know that the advertising cost come from, the percentage come from advertising cost divided by gross profit. But we don't know advertising cost yet. Then we just let Goalseek to find advertising cost for us. In here, okay, what are we going to set? We go to data, what if analysis, and then Goalseek. Then we want to set sale percentage of advertising cost to be 15%. By changing sale advertising cost value here in C16, and then we click OK. Then Goalseek will try to run and test for you. Just running. You can see that the best value that Goalseek can do for you is 14.989%. That is 521.41. This is the best thing that my computer can run and give you this result. Some of your computers may just like get 15% sharp. Some of you may get like 15.1, while some of you may get like 14.98. The things like my one get like this. This one is acceptable for like decimal places like this. So, but if you say that, oh, I think I want or I can do the best better than the Goalseek, then you can just like fine tune it by yourself. For example, this one you can see that it tries a lot to get like many decimal places. But if you think that you can just like manually fine tune it, you may just like use this number and then you just like adjust some decimal places a bit until you get the best value. So this one, this is the thing that Goalseek function can help you to do. So this is the Goalseek. So, but you may have the question like, in my exam, suppose I use Goalseek and I don't get 15% sharp, is it okay? Yes, it's okay. As long as we know that okay, these numbers you just like use the Goalseek to generate these values. Because I mean, like normally in my exam, we have just like the way in order to just like let you just like define some function first in order to just like you can put the Goalseek function in order to cover that value. Then we know immediately that you use Goalseek. Okay. Right. Okay ครับ that's all for the Goalseek function ครับ class. Okay. Okay, bye bye for now. I will add this one into this video into e-learning, and also I'll add this file, okay, as to replace the old file that we have. Bye bye everyone.